playing your bass notes. It's a song that says it's gonna rain.
So Marcus, what's that? Oh, let's give it James Morrison.
It's got a pretty soul-y sort of gospel-y flavour to it.
Yeah, those kind of 4 ones, and the grace notes, the rings, the major minor thirds. Yeah. And those 6 as well. You go from the third to the octave.
I did a second take, which ended up being the take that was used, where I did, instead of just doing that, a kind of run. So something like that was what was needed.
So keep the melody in there. Oh wow. Again, it's probably a mood thing and environment.
Now, flatten the top note, you get a little darker sound. Get a dominant 7th. Now that. Well, we're shaking up the baby now. Or Roy Orbison. Pretty Woman, Beethoven. Dominant 7s, okay?
You know, to play the same
blind, but now I see.
Daybreak and we're greeted by an impish old chap. He tells us there's a bar here, puts Dublin on the map. Tiptoe to the basement, there's Irish crack galore. A certain kind of magic behind the cellar door.
So Susie, I know you've got another very special performance.
Yeah, well, how could I forget this? So right in the heart of lockdown, when we were really locked down, somehow we managed to get the Tate Modern, the Turbine Hall, to agree to allow us to come and perform under strict COVID protocol. So we're all distanced by however much we had to be, to perform to live streamed. I think there was 76,000 already online with my first downbeat. Speminalium with 40 singers who had not been able to sing for 6 months, all coming together for the first time. Best singers in London, Speminalium, and then Bidi Akwam, Sir James Macmillan's 40-part reflection of Speminalium that we had commissioned. It was just the atmosphere is almost impossible to communicate. You know, these are professional singers who had been denied their work, been denied their passion for all those months, and we came together for that one day to perform 2 great 40-part motets. It was extraordinary.
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
Thinking about the sort of merry-go-round waltz type thing. So it's an obvious place for a waltz, and as the house is revolving slowly and then gets faster and faster, it should be not too difficult to reflect that in the music.
What I like to do is practice more than one thing at a time. So I'll practice, for instance, a harmonic sequence and a texture at the same time, and then I'll try to fit it into a form. So I'll be practicing 3 things at the same time, and sometimes I'll isolate them and then add another aspect.
Alright guys, now we're going to do a little improvisation based on that riff that we just looked at in A Whole Lot of Rosie. So we're in the key of A minor blues. Let's just get into it. We better rock and roll.
So as a result, if I zoom right out, this is what we get.
I just think it's really important for us to see people and to be able to help to pull out the gold out of them, to help to pull out the treasure that's in people.
Yes.
So I because people have done that for me, I always want to try and do that for younger people as
What's
well.
your favourite singing opportunity for those choirs that you've had?
Oh, this is going to sound so strange. My favourite singing opportunity probably be one of the smaller things that no one would have seen.
Okay.
And it is when Kingdom Choir, we were on tour in America, and we went to, I think it was Santa Barbara, and we did a school workshop. And
that's hilarious because my sister lives there, by the way.
We did a school workshop and we did a concert for the schools that brought their students. It was one of the best things I've ever experienced and ever done in my life.
Because?
I really felt like we connected with them.
Okay.
I think for me, going and performing is great, and people, clapping and giving standing ovations is wonderful. But if I'd like to have impacted them and left them with something.
So really, more than performance, for you, singing is about connecting and engaging, rather than being a show that somebody claps at.
Yeah, I get bored of that for myself.
Yes.
And I think it's wonderful that exists, but that's not what I feel like I'm called to be.
Yes.
Or to do. I feel like I really am about connecting with people and allowing people to engage and have a moment where they feel something that they can take with them.
I remember once a phone rang and his daughter went and took the phone and said, and she's talking to the secretary to the then Prime Minister of India, the Indira Gandhi, and the message was, Indira Gandhi would like to talk to Ustad Vilayat Khan. And I was like sitting there and I said, wow, Indian Prime Minister, ringing to talk to him. And this little girl just very quickly said, I'm sorry, Abba is the name they use for father. He's doing his riyaz, his music practice. And could you please ring later? And I just stood there quite, my jaw dropped, and I said, wow, music comes first. And when I later on asked my Ustad, I said, Indira Gandhi rang, and he says, son, these people come and go, but music is not, it's my part of me.
Give you the basic shape. Do a figure of 8 on its side like this. Now what I'm going to do with this figure of 8 is adjustable to all kinds of, imagine it's made out of plasticine, and it's adjustable to all manner of beating, conducting. So here we go. Just a simple figure of 8 like that. Now, and this will enable the greatest amount of expression to be put across. Here we go. We think we have to give them the beat. We don't. Except in a very subtle kind of way. Here is a figure of 8. Now, get faster. Here and here. Here and here. Here and here. That's where the music changes. I don't like the word beat, but we pulse perhaps. Here's the pulse. There, 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 there. But you never, in conducting, go in one direction and then reverse. When you're driving, don't go down a cul-de-sac. It's the same instruction. Go down a road from which there's an escape back to the main road. Okay, so down like that and back that way. Not down like that and back that way. Because this is not musical. It doesn't tell you anything and just has a tendency to make one tense. Okay.
And it has to be a verb, so you go, it's to do this or it's to do that. So Dance With Me Tonight, for example, it starts with my name is Arlie, nice to meet you, can I tell you, baby? Well, actually, there's two objectives there, so it should be, my name is Arlie, nice to meet you. There's one chunk. To introduce.
Yep.
Can I tell you, baby? Is enticing, okay? Look around, there's a whole lot of pretty ladies. At that point, he's flirting. Yeah, so to flirt. But none like you, you shine so bright. So, in fact, I would actually join those two together. So you'd have, my name is Arlie, nice to meet you, can I tell you, baby? Look around, there's a whole lot of pretty ladies, but none like you, you shine so bright.
And C major is just the tofu with nothing added.
Yes.
Okay. And it's nice, and it will sustain you, and we like C major, and it's a good chord.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But we like, in cooking and in music, to embellish and colour chords. And there are lots and lots of ways of doing this, and I think of those as being a bit like a spice rack where you're adding different flavours. Okay. There's so many ways of doing this, and I think the best way that you can do it as a learning exercise is to be quite to use it as an exploring exercise.
Mm-hmm.
One way is to play the chord and try out different notes against the chord. And what you'll find is that in general with C major, these white notes feel quite secure. Even that one, it's more discordant.
It wants to move.
It wants to move, that one. In fact, that's a good learning that you bring that up. So here we are. This is our basic is C, and we've added F. Now something's happening here. The colour is changing, the flavour is changing, and it's telling us that something's probably going to have to move. It could be this right hand, so moving to a consonant there, or
Oh, naughty! Hi everybody, this is Richard Michael with some thoughts on practice. Now, I earn my living from improvising. So I walk on stage, do broadcasts, make it up as I go along. I do it with confidence, and the reason I can do it with confidence is the practice I do beforehand. Crank up the metronome until I can't play any faster, but by that time my fingers are all warmed up. So that's it. It's all to do with slow, careful practice. You can't play fast till you can play slow. That's it.
Did you have particular strategies to help you think of one part and another at the same time? Do you have ways
Absolutely.
that could help us do that? Because that's really hard.
Yeah, that's really hard. But the most simple way to think it, we spoke already about that, is to keep the third and the sixth parallel always in your mind, because you can revert it without any danger. The most simple way at the beginning is only to take the third parallel. If I do it again. In major.
I got no danger, and the harmony
me is almost safe. So it's a good way to start with.
So what shall I do?
So,
Direct me, Marsha.
First, we are going to actually just meow like a cat.
Okay.
And that is going to actually activate something. I'll tell you what it is after. Here we go.
Okay.
Meow, 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 meow. And it feels really silly.
As a bloke, I'm thinking, am I okay in falsetto? Should I be in falsetto?
And I think we're overthinking it. I think we just meow like a cat.
Okay.
So imagine if we're playing with a little one.
Yes.
And we're saying, what sound does that make? Meow, meow. We're no longer thinking about singing, we're just creating sound.
Okay.
And I think that is the mental shift that will help a lot of singers. Just to remove all the stuff that we are told that we should sound like. Just make a sound.
So I've got my G and A going. I've got G, A and C going.
Yeah.
Where do I go next?
Right, okay, well, let's look at 5 simple techniques, okay? 5 simple techniques. Here's the first one. What goes up must come down, and it's called inversion. So practice playing a lick that goes up and then make it come down like this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or upside down it comes. Here's another one. And stop. So inversion, whatever you play, going up, make it play coming down.
Fantastic.
Ha! I got that wrong because I was reading ahead. I'll do it again from the beginning. Oxen crypt.
All right. So let's talk about what we can do with our right hand. Right. So we got this going. We can just go. All of a sudden, there's a band in the room. Even though it's just the piano, there's a whole band, you know? So, straight away, you're just adding rhythm to something. And we've not changed any chords. We're just literally just playing an octave in our left hand, fifths, and you know, a triad, you know, and that's it. But all of a sudden there's some rhythm. All right, so if we're in church, right, this is going to be slightly extreme. We're going to jump from like 1 to a little bit further on. Okay, so this is the most extreme. We're going to jump from 1 up into 100.
I love playing old hymns. I love the sound of them. I love the way the chords are structured. But I, as an untrained keyboard player, rather self-taught keyboard player, I probably invent my own quirky chords and move through the songs using those chords that I feel and have the ability to play. And maybe there are many people who might watch this who are in the same position. You're self-taught, you haven't gone through the formality of learning with a tutor and so forth. And therefore we play very much from what we feel and our ears. So this is how I hear, "O God, our help in ages past."
Authenticity is everything. And I think that if you essentially don't love people, there's a problem. And that'll always seep out. So if you're in it for yourself, I think that you will have more of a challenge in achieving something really lasting and really special.
And just remember the golden rule when you're orchestrating, when you're creating something new. There's no right or wrong. It's about what pleases these things on the side of your head. And don't stress about it too much. Have fun. Enjoy making music, because that's what it's all about, having fun. Thanks, Robin.
Thank you, Robert. Take care.
All the best. Thank you.
It always should be a nice thing that you imagine, because you want to communicate pleasant things to your singers. You want to communicate joy, love, and you want them to give the same thing. Aren't we lucky to be in music?
Very happy to be on board with Robin and the Maestro online. What we are offering here is a huge insight into what, when I was growing up, I wished I could see. I had to listen to thousands of records to get to where I am now, playing with the people that I played with. And this course, or series of courses, will give you all that insight, all the knowledge that we've grabbed over the years, put into a simple package that will help you with harmony, help you with rhythm, help you with your chordal structure, help you with harmony, and help you be a better player. So please enjoy.
We just need that, the Will Todd sign-off lick.
Yeah, the Will Todd sign-off lick.
Yeah.
What is the Will Todd sign-off lick?
Yeah.
It could be this. That's actually a little lick from my Mass in Blue in the Benedictus, when they give it Hosanna. Ba, ba, ba. Bit of funkiness.
Well, Todd, thank you for signing off.
for any musician or singer or whatever, just to find that nugget, that's you. So when people hear you, they go, oh yeah, that's definitely Robin, or that's definitely Mark, or that's definitely.
Do you know, that's a sentence we should end this interview on.
Yeah.
Find that nugget that's you.
Yeah,
Mark Walker.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Nice one, man.